BTTX. This one's on the watch list this morning. Was gapping up on some news, but ultimately had a wild day and a big red day. Gapped up from roughly 230, hit high at 373 in the pre-market, and traded a little bit below VWAP. Kind of faded ever so slightly in the pre-market. So you think, all right, maybe it's a little weak. It's near support at 327. Maybe it just has a little bit of bounce because people sell on the open, getting out, and then the trades between that 325, 365 range. That is not what happened. It ended up just selling off hard on the open, and then kind of consolidating around the $3 level. Pretty volatile, but then just could not hold and just absolutely hit a real low, new low of 1.9. I'm not sure if this was because there's some other biotech news just in the industry. Maybe it's possibly what happened. But I mean, the volume just really dropped off. I mean, and it's really surprising that it didn't find a floor at like 279, 278, because like it clearly had consolidated there. Days past pretty much showed sideways for the past few months, but it broke down to really 2 and just kind of consolidated between that 2 and 225 range the rest of the day. Really weak on low volume. This is definitely an interesting play, because I mean, it was in a sense positive news this morning, and now we're well off the SMA on the daily in a new low. So possibly it's possible for an uptrend back, maybe you say up to the SMA over the next swing trade. SMA is 276. Maybe there's that 50 cents kind of swing back up off of the close. Might see some possible selling again tomorrow, just because this was such a negative move. You might see some selling on the open, just bigger orders coming through again, so might be even a little bit more of a bottom or just a retest of 2, but then it might end up kind of crawling back up to the SMA at 275. It's got range from 225 to 275 maybe. I mean, it does really seem to trade sideways for the most part based off historical on a daily. So maybe 275 is a bit aggressive. It really kind of consolidates around that 225, and maybe just finds a new home there. I think if it gets up to 275, then it might be interesting as far as a technical play on the upside, just because that might be a risk-off level for a lot of people, just because that's a big consolidation point on the daily. So right now, I mean, I think maybe we want to keep on the radar, just bottom of the list, nothing too exciting. Kind of have to see what happens tomorrow in the open. Alright, let's look at CYN. Been looking at this one for the past few weeks. It's had a lot of momentum, a lot of volume, trading over the past few weeks, and it's had a bit of an uptrend and then downtrend to the SMA, and now we've just really kind of had a breakout over that. Today, if you look at the daily, definitely had a bigger or another kind of breakout really over that 445 level. Those are kind of the point of inflection, almost a high from yesterday. Once it broke that, then you see a bigger break and bigger uptrend. We break this 480 level, which is kind of a point of inflection from days past. Break that on some volume, get a good breakout over there. It's definitely probably some changing of positions there, and then just really consolidated almost in a volatile way, just from that 4.8 to 5.10 range. Really, I think it closed over the VWAP, so I would perhaps consider this stronger. Doesn't really have a direct catalyst though, so it's more of a technical play if the buyers are if the players are there to really make it a volatile swing. I think if it can get close to, say, really $6 is probably the next key level. Over $6, then it might have a really big breakout. I think right now, just based off today's trading, that 510 and the 480 are really the levels to watch. Breakout, breakdown level. Volume did fade throughout the day, but still had some okay volume towards the end. I mean, just really volatile, so it's kind of tough to really see, what trend's going to form. I think just watching it on the open tomorrow with those two levels in mind are the best bet. All right, let's look at ANNX. It's up on some news. I believe it was a analyst rating change. I think they said something like $30 or something like that. I had to recheck. Up on news, it's been in a bit of a downtrend, so you definitely have those levels to clearly break. Say it really was a break of that 278, 275 range, really. That perhaps really sent it in a uptrend. I mean, it's closed off really strong. Just based off the technical, analysis saying that it's in a downtrend. Some clear indicators. I think there's probably a good continuation play here tomorrow. I mean, it had decent volume, but not too high elevated volume relative to days past. So this might be more of a trend versus just a pop and drop. I mean, we really maybe have a level here, 310. Seems to be kind of a little bit of inflection there. I think really the 310 to 350 are the levels to watch. It's coming off really strong, so, and it's been in a downtrend. You might see some big orders tomorrow on the open, perhaps kind of people getting in and out of this position. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a continuation, perhaps in a bit of an uptrend, but it's really going to watch if it can hold 310, then possibly up to 350. If it can't hold 310, we might see a retracement down to that 2.8 level. It's really almost like a 30 and 40-second, windows here based around the 310. Just see what happens. I mean, it's going to be a slow grind, again, more of a swing trade. If it plays out, I think definitely it's probably not going to get much action in the extended hour or so. Just kind of one to watch in the open open tomorrow. See where it comes out. If it can hold that 310, maybe we have an uptrend. Otherwise, it can't hold 310. Might find that range in between 310 and 280.